What's up, everybody? So, normally I record these at the end of the episodes, but I didn't last night. Two reasons. One, very tired, ready to go to bed. Just didn't have it in me. And two, I needed to, I needed to mull on it, chew on this latest episode of American Horror Story, Apocalypse. The episode was great. It's following lockstep, right in line with the plot development that needs to happen for this season, and a lot more reveals about Langdon and the Supremes and the witches versus the warlocks and all that kind of stuff. Very good in terms of all of that kind of stuff. The only two things that I had to kind of withdraw on, as far as kind of take a step back to process and chew on it and see if I still felt the way that my immediate reaction was two things. One, this Coco Deschanel character, and two, the return guest appearance of Stevie Nicks and her serenade, du- not duet, solo performance or whatever. And I had a change of heart on one of them. So my initial reactions to those things were this Coco Saint Pierre, whatever her last name is, very annoying and a waste of a character, and just found her very grating, which may be the whole point behind it. And then the Stevie Nicks thing, yeah, I don't understand the whole singing interludes that seem to creep themselves into just about every season of the series. First few seasons, you didn't have that kind of stuff in it, but then it's like Murphy got to a point where he was like, well, Glee's over with, and so now I've got to find these other areas where I can intersperse this musical element. Like, I can't do it on Glee every week now, so I've got to find other ways to do it in my other shows. And so then you start having this, like the Freak Show season, the horrendous Jessica Lange singing stuff that was just absolutely atrocious. And there's been others, but now we've got Stevie Nicks showing up, which I believe she was in Coven for the same thing as well. I believe the White Witch, as they call her. And so she showed back up and did a little musical thing there with her hippie counterpart Misty Day. So the Coco character, like I said initially, not a fan of her aspect in that episode. And then same thing with the Stevie Nicks thing. So the Coco one I've sort of lightened on. Her character is very annoying, but I think that's purposeful. I don't think that's accidental at all, and so that's just part of her character. And where she'll kind of fold into the rest of it, I don't know. That'll be an interesting part to reveal itself. The Stevie Nicks part, though, I have not lightened on. I found, I mean, I love Stevie Nicks. Think she's a great singer, a great artist. But the whole musical interjection into it just felt out of place to me, and it just felt unnecessary, and it just felt like a pat on the back kind of deal. Like I said, you can't do the musical stuff in Glee anymore because Glee's not on the air. So let's find other ways I can fold that into my properties. And I don't know, it just ain't for me. That's more of a personal thing. It's just not for me. So not a fan of that. But overall, like I said, the episode was great. The Langdon stuff, sort of figuring out where he's coming from, and sort of this darkness that's within him, the whole battle for the Supreme title. the Test of the Seven Wonders, and all of these kinds of things. Wonderful. Seeing Kathy Bates doing her thing, being the protective mama that's, trying to lead this satanic whatever she's doing, was really great. All of those other elements are just clicking. This season is at this point becoming my favorite. And that's odd to say for a series that's been on the air, this being the 8th season. Normally, by that point, i.e., The Walking Dead, series are typically dead in the water and in their worst elements. But this one has seemed to find a revival in in this season. Again, we're only halfway through. I think there's 10 episodes, so we've got 6 through 10 left. But at this point so far, it's really greatly surpassing my expectations. And I am looking forward to seeing what else the season has to offer. But what were your thoughts? Yay, nay, meh? What are you thinking on it? Score out of 10 for this one. Definitely a 9. I think it's fair. Even with the Stevie Nicks stuff that I didn't care for and thought was out of place. The other reveals and other explanations and sort of digging into some of that mythology stuff as part of the series made up for all of that. So, continuing to look forward to the rest of this season.